What's good, y'all? In this video, I'm dropping some dimes, I'm dropping some heat, I'm dropping some gems. I'm gonna give you signs that a woman may be open to polygyny. So by the end of this, you're gonna know some signs, some key things to look for when you courting a woman that kind of speared you. You can see potential in when you bring polygyny to her. So what should I start with? The first one is maturity, emotional maturity. What do Mahar mean when he say emotional maturity? Let me give you a scenario. You might ask her, you might say, I'm polygynous. What do you think about polygyny? She might, assuming she knows about polygyny, she knows where you're going, she heard the word poly before, she knows what polygamy is, assuming she heard it before. If she immediately gets hyper emotional, hyper defensive, that is not a good sign. That is a sign she is not ready for. That means that she is probably not going to be a good prospect. Right? You probably don't want to invest too much time, energy, and effort. Though it is possible, this is not a good sign. If she immediately says, that's cheating, or I would never, ever, ever do this, or how would you feel? Are you going to let me get two husbands? If she immediately jumps to those things, usually not a good sign. Usually not a good sign. I know from experience. Trust me on this one. Trust me on this one. The next one that I think is a sign that the next one that I think is a good sign is that she's more of a long-term thinker. She's thinking about long-term. She's thinking about after her death, her children, legacy, what she can actually build with you. That is a good sign. Because you, as the head of your household, if you consider in polygyny, if you can articulate some of your plans, some of the strategic benefits that you have, how it's advantageous to have multiple wives, she's going to be able to recognize it. If she has more of a chance to recognizing the strengths and the benefits to having a sister wife and you having two wives than someone who's just so short-minded, short-term minded. Meaning when I think about a short-term relationship with a girl, I think of someone who isn't really thinking about duty and responsibility in a marriage and her job and her role and her position. What I really think of, like someone who's more looking at short-term relationships, she's looking for a lot of quick things that's going to release oxytocin. That's going to make her feel give her quick butterflies, and she fall in and out of love a lot. She want to cuddle and honeymoon phase. And if you don't know what honeymoon phase, let me break it down. It's like the very beginning of a relationship where everything is great. You guys are a match from heaven. It feels like y'all soulmates. You don't see any flaws in this person. Everything's just beautiful and flowers and rainbows. That's like short term. A long-term woman, she's going to know and understand that, hey, there's a duty, there's a responsibility that my husband is going to bring to the table, and I'm going to fulfill this role and this duty, especially if this is what my husband is asking and requesting of me. So a woman who sees more long-term, she might be more apt to understanding how having two wives is it makes sense and it's beneficial and it's advantageous when it comes to building a strong household, an empire, a legacy, businesses, land, homesteads. This is the kind of mentality you want her to have. And if she has that, that is a good sign that she might be open to polygyny. All right, I got a few notes on my phone, so on my Android, so bear with me. All right, let's see here. This road is crazy. Hold up. Okay. I'm back. Let's see. All right. This is another good sign. A woman who values other women. Not the fake girl's girl. You can genuinely, easily see that she respects other women and values other women. She values sisterhood. When it comes to polygyny, you need both of your wives to be, you want them to be more than just cordial. Well, me personally, I want my wives to be really close, tight knitted. We're family oriented. I want them to be your built-in best friend. Y'all are teammates. We're trying to build something great. We're trying to open up certain doors that our parents wasn't able to open up and allow us to walk through. We want our children to get a head start. I need my wives to be more than okay with working together. I need them to understand that this is our normal operation, our day-to-day operation. We work together. So your wives, if you see that your wife, if you see a woman that you prospecting have a problem with getting along with other women just in general, that's a red flag. If you got a woman that you think is cute and pretty, you talking to her, you kind of like her, if she has a tendency of say like she don't like other women, that's a red flag. Because why don't you like other women? She might have been exposed to certain environments where women were extremely messy, so that could build up a certain callous and or trauma to which she will never trust a woman and want to get close to a woman. That's going to be a problem if you're trying to create a household structured with polygyny. Obviously, you want to see this woman. This is a green flag. You see this potential prospective woman that you thinking about bringing in your household. If you see her openly admire another woman, especially an elder woman who she has to respect, that is a good sign. That means she can kind of go to this woman and put her, esteem her higher than herself. When it comes to polygyny, you got to be selfless. You can't be selfish. It can't be all about you. And women can get very catty and competitive and, not cooperative when another woman is in the picture. But if she has a strong relationship with other women, see if she has a good relationship with her mom. She has a good relationship with her mom, that could be helpful. That could be good. If she has a terrible relationship with all women, that's a red flag, bro, basically. Moving forward, I think that's 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to give you 5. So this will be the last one, y'all. This will be the last one. You know what? I'm going to do an extra one because it's in my head. I'm going to do 6. Since y'all made it this far in the video, do me a favor, like my video, subscribe to the channel if you think you can gain value from my monologues about polygyny. And if you're really feeling good, comment, because I really enjoy talking about this and I want to build a space where we can openly communicate and I can help people with their poly journey if they haven't started it. Or you could be somebody who's been in the space way longer than me. By the way, I've been in polygyny. I've been actively practicing polygyny for like over 5 years, since like 2020 or whatever. So if there's anybody who has more or even less and they just got experience in a certain particular, I'm all for learning about polygyny. This is beautiful. Feel free to drop a comment. All right, so the next one is business minded. If you have a woman who is kind of like a hustler, kind of like an entrepreneur, this can be a green flag. Let me tell you why. Usually, entrepreneurs, they're wired a little bit different. The essence of being an entrepreneur is kind of being willing to take a risk. So that can work in your favor. She might not have ever learned about polygyny. She might not have ever had a sister wife. Chances are she hasn't, especially not on a serious level. Ain't nobody really doing it. So if you a high caliber man, you respectable. Let me not get off topic. Business minded. If she an entrepreneur, when you look up the definition, it's kind of like a risk taker. So this could be beneficial for you. If she's a real entrepreneur and she really wants to have success in business, but she still wants a family, she might be willing to compromise and see that this wasn't my original vision, but this do make sense. I can't lie. Because it would be extremely hard for me to be a full-time mother, full-time wife, and an entrepreneur full-time. It'd be hard for her to wear all those hats. Somewhere, someone's gonna be lacking. Either her husband gonna get neglected, her kids gonna get neglected, the house gonna get neglected, or that business gonna get neglected. So, or she's gonna neglect herself, and she's not gonna have any time to just pour into herself and slow down and just enjoy life and enjoy where she at. So whenever you pitch this to an entrepreneur-minded woman, this could be a beautiful pitch for you. You actually got a strong case. Like, hey, I see that you into entrepreneurship. You are interested in creating businesses, or you already have a business. Let me tell you how I want my life to look, and see if it's something that you could see yourself being a part of. You pitch it to her. You know what I'm saying? This looks even better if you are an entrepreneur. She see that y'all got similar interests. Like me, I want to have land. I want to own real estate. I want to go out of the country. I even think about moving abroad permanently and having companies in America so I can have USD money coming in. I even picture having a homestead. These are different things. When your life is like, when you're an entrepreneur, you do have a certain amount of flexibility. So when you have two wives who are entrepreneurs and they are willing to help you on any endeavor, when it comes to businesses, when it comes to just living abroad, and they just with it, it just opens up the possibilities, right? It opens it up. I'm not gonna lie to you. It opens up big time. So if you pitch this to her the right way, she could most definitely buy in. So my last one, that was five points. You know, signals or signs to where she might be willing to do polygyny. She might be open to it. That's what I'm trying to say. That was 5 signs or reasons. 5 signs a woman might be interested, might be open to polygyny. Why can't I just say that in a full sentence? I'm finna start punching myself in the head. I'm joking. So 5 signs a woman might be open to polygyny. I gave you 5. I'm finna give you 6 right now. I'm finna give you 6. The 6th one is, when you bring forth the information about you being polygynous, you put it on the table. You smack it on the table. Honestly, if you ain't watched my older video, go watch it. When should you tell her that you're polygynous? Should you wait and let her get to know you, see what kind of man you are? That way you bring it to her, she like, okay, he is a good man. No, I don't recommend that. I recommend you getting it to her as quickly as possible, because it's not just about her liking you. It's about you liking her. You got to have that mindset, because we already know that in this society, women are the chooser. You know, they have the gate to like intercourse and all of that stuff, but you have the keys to marriage. You know what I'm saying? Legacy. You know what I'm saying? You hold the keys to that. This is what you need to see. And when you put this on the table, let me just make my point, y'all. I'll be having a lot of things I want to express at once. Okay, let me make my point in the most simplest way I can make it. When you tell her that you are interested in polygyny, if she asks strategic questions, that is a good sign. That's a great sign. If she immediately gets offended, going back to point 1, bad sign. She immediately gets upset. She immediately says that's cheating, or she immediately starts getting spicy and fiery and catty, and she shuts down, and she expects a man to just be romantically exclusively to her and only her. It's not a good sign for what you're trying to do, bro. Hearken to the signs. You got to listen to the signs. You got to watch for the signs. You're examining her. You want, this is the good sign, the opposite. When you bring forth polygyny, you tell her that you're polygynous. She might not know And she acquires, well, what is polygyny? Well, polygyny is a man when he has multiple wives. And she say, oh, really? Okay. And she might already be understanding what you're saying. And she like, okay, so that's something that you know for sure you want for yourself. That is a strategic question she asking. That's good. Yes. Be unapologetic about it. This is literally who you are, or who you're trying to become. Yeah, 100%. I'm always going to be polygynous. Yes. If she asks more strategic questions, it's a great sign. Okay, well, how would you divide your time and attention? You should actually have good answers for that, because you thought about this, or it's either you already thought about this, or you're actively engaging in polygyny, so you really have these answers. If you don't have a concrete plan, just the basics of this, it's going to be hard for her to buy into the vision. So you want to say, it'll be like this. This is what the idea is. This is how I want to orchestrate it. Of course, I'm willing to accommodate my wives, to what works best for our family at that time. But this is how I see it right now. That's a good sign. Then she said, okay, well, how would you handle arguments between us? Well, I would handle them like this. Based on I've seen women get into fights, me personally, I would handle it this way. And you actually want to be able to articulate yourself well. You know what I'm saying? The more strategic questions that she asks, she's really gaining insight. That's a good sign. Now, I'm not telling you that this means that you got the green light and she's finna full send it. No, she's not. This doesn't mean that she's 100% sure that she's finna do this with you. Why would she make her mind up that quick? But it is a good sign. And that is the reason I'm making this video. It is a great sign. If she's not blowing you off or immediately getting offended and mad and angry and having all of these influx of emotions, but she's able to stay composed, stay articulate, have decorum, etiquette, and just have a conversation. Because if she can't do this and just talk about polygyny, it is going to be extremely hard for her to be in a polygynous marriage. But if she's showing strong signs from the beginning, being able to articulate herself, even though this conversation might be foreign or uncomfortable, that is a great, great, great sign. And if she's willing to walk with you and understand you, you can't ask for more. If it was two qualities that I could ask for, I can't say one, because one, I'm gonna have to go with submission. My second quality in a woman that I adore, all time number 2 right here, understanding. A woman who is understanding. She is willing to understand everything I say. She's not going to immediately write it off because she has feelings or emotions. She's going to slow herself down. She's going to try and understand it. I don't mean we agree. That don't mean she's in agreement, but she's going to at least try to understand what a nigga's saying. You feel me? So yeah, y'all. Hey man, I appreciate y'all. If you made it to the end of this video, this was a hot one. Dang. Oh, okay. I got it right here. Hey, I appreciate y'all tapping in. This was a good one. I hope that this provided some value. If you liked the video, I'm gonna ask again for you to like the video, subscribe, and comment, because I really want to build with people who like-minded. So until next time, till we meet again, peace.